Rebecca Holland is a vicar in a small town that is in full swing preparing for a local Harvest Day celebration. But during the festivities, Rebecca's daughter Grace disappears, having gone into the woods with a man posing as the pagan demon Galagog. The police can't find the girl, and the townspeople behave as strangely as possible, as if not surprised by what happened, and moreover, hinting to Rebecca that it is better to forget about her daughter at all. However, Rebecca will search for Grace, no matter what it takes. Director, writer and producer William Brent Bell is one of those horror makers whose movies you always give a chance, although there are only few truly strong ones among them. Having started his way in big movies with the idiotic gamer horror Staying Alive, Bell continued with the mockumentary horror Devil Inside, which unexpectedly turned out to be a box office hit, the underrated thriller WER and the Dilogy the Boy, the first part of which returned its budget in box office several times. In all his projects, no matter how weak they are in terms of the script, Bell demonstrates a brilliant work with atmosphere and suspense, and Lord of Misrule is no exception. It's a movie that will drive goosebumps across your skin for an hour and a half and then just dissolve, leaving you with the perplexed question, is that all? Not so much a full-fledged movie as an exercise in the style of folk horror, Lord of Misrule will help those who are willing to perceive the movie as a series of separate scenes to have a great time. For these viewers, Bell has prepared enough creepy images and tense moments that will stick in the memory much more than the story of an Orthodox priestess who plunges into pagan beliefs and rituals to save her daughter. Obviously, the first to come to mind as a comparison is The Wicker Man, a classic horror movie that also tells the terrifying tale of a creepy community grinding down an outsider. Lord of Misrule promises a curious collision, in which religious beliefs are shattered by a pagan cult, but in fact this storyline in the picture is underdeveloped. Several times Rebecca tries to turn to God and pray, but quickly gives up this venture, wholeheartedly accepting the new reality and diving headfirst into it. Obviously, this struggle could have been presented in a more interesting and subtle way, but Bell and his screenwriter Tom DeVille do not want to delve into theological nuances. For them it is just another way to distance the main character from the world in which she finds herself, to make Rebecca even more of an outsider. The authors also ignore several other potentially curious ideas that could have been developed in such a plot. Nevertheless, despite the fact that in general Lord of Misrule cannot be called a creative achievement, as mentioned above, it works very well in certain details. For example, a big role in building the atmosphere is played by the locations, which seem either cozy and pastoral or gray and oppressive. Bell as a director really works out the suspense brilliantly. A real find of casting, textured and magnetic Ralph Ineson from The Witch by Robert Eggers, who here plays the leader of a local cult. Tuppence Middleton as Rebecca deserves a praise too. She doesn't look like a vicar, but very convincingly portrays a mother who is ready to do anything for the sake of her child.